All right, and we are live and recording. So, welcome everybody to our Sunday team call as we continue to do our recap of convention classes and um, things that we can integrate within our team and our businesses. So, tonight we have Melissa on the call. And, Melissa, what is it that you're going to be sharing with us tonight?
I'm going to be sharing about living with harsh, chemical-free with Thieves.
Okay.
And you can hear me okay?
Everyone can hear you. I can hear you at least. Everybody else can hear? Okay, great. So Melissa, what I'll let you do is go ahead and share your takeaways from the class and anything that you learned or experienced and want to put into practice, and then we'll open it up to discussion and questions, see if we can't get those answered for everybody. So feel free, go ahead and take it away.
Perfect, great. So we're just kind of recapping the session on living chemical-free with Thieves. And it was Alyssa Francis, who's a Royal Crown Diamond, that spoke about the Thieves products. And she was just saying how much the products had such a great impact in her life. And she talked about what her why was for switching from the regular cleaners that you buy in the store to the Thieves product line, which is chemical and toxin free. So she talked a little bit about her family and trying to detox her home. A little bit of background about her. She was an extreme couponer, and her cupboards were always full of cheap cleaning products and other products around the home. And a lot of these products that she used to buy were products that she would never touch today, since she found the new Thieves line. So what she had found kind of interesting when looking back at her life since joining Young Living 6 years ago, no one had told her about the chemicals and the toxins that were in the products, the cleaning products that she was using in her home. So one of the big things that she's an advocate on is helping her friends and family learn about the Thieves products so that they're able to implement them in their homes and not have the effects of the chemicals from the other cleaners. So like most Young Living people, she had a health crisis in 2010, and then in 2012 she met someone who sold Young Living oils, and she jumped in, and so she's been with the company for 6 years now. So that was a little bit about her background. A little bit of history about Thieves. She talked about Thieves, the essential oil, and then she went into all the various products. So Thieves was formulated 25 years ago, even before Young Living existed, which I had no idea about that. It was really nice to learn some of the history. And Thieves was created by Gary Young as a result of his studying and research that he did at Warwick University in London, England in 1991. He spent many hours there researching essential oils and their history. The essential oil blend is inspired by the legend of 4 15th century French thieves who formulated a special aromatic combination of clove, rosemary, and other botanicals they used while they robbed the dead and dying. Eventually, the thieves were caught, and in exchange for a more lenient sentence, they disclosed the formula that they had used for this botanical combination. Young Living's one-of-a-kind Thieves blend is crafted in the spirit of that legendary combination, and it can be found in all of our Thieves products. So Gary's Thieves story, and I just wanted to mention a little bit about that. Thieves led to 4 key botanicals that were mentioned again and again when he did his research. The ingredients were clove, cinnamon, rosemary, and lemon. 4 of the same ingredients that make up Young Living's Thieves Essential Oil Blend today. To round out the modern Thieves formula, Gary added another element of protection, which included Eucalyptus radiata, which would have been rare to find in those days. So that's interesting. I didn't realize that, you know, the little bit more of a addition of the eucalyptus there really brought the Thieves formula home. So Thieves and Thieves Vitality, she touched a little bit about that, how Thieves, the regular Thieves in the brown bottle, we can use it topically and aromatically, and the Thieves Vitality can be dietary or internal use. So she explained that there's no real difference between the Thieves and Thieves Vitality. The only difference is the label. So it's the same blend, but it's labeled for internal and dietary use, so that we can talk about all the ways we can use Thieves. So topically, aromatically, and internally. So Thieves Vitality, we can add it to food and beverages to enhance the flavor. And it's important to note that Thieves and Thieves Vitality contain naturally occurring limonene, eugenol, and eucalyptol. So those 3 different chemical constituents you may want to look up just to find out more additional information about those and why they are so important. So that's limonene, eugenol, and eucalyptol. And Thieves is a must-have for every season, not just cold and flu season or back to school season, but year round. So she talked a little bit about why purity matters, and what we put on and in our bodies has an effect on our health, and a desire to eliminate toxins from the home is often the biggest reason why people have a desire to learn about Young Living. Young Living's commitment to purity gives members peace of mind, and an awareness of what ingredients to avoid becomes your greatest tool for sharing why people should explore Young Living as a lifestyle company. So what Alyssa Francis was speaking on here about Thieves, she found it really important after she learned about chemicals and toxins and how to clean with chemical-free products, that it's very important to her to empower others to make better choices with their money. We don't want to shame people because they use certain products in their homes, but we want to be a product of the product. So use our Thieves products, and when we have group information sessions or little Young Living parties at our home, we want to be able to show people that yes, we do use these products in our home, we stand by them, and we are a product of the product. So that's a big secret to success. Not really a secret, but so she talked a little bit about every day we're surrounded by harsh chemicals. It's in the air we breathe. It's in the sheets at the hotel room where we were at convention, things like that. So there's two type of people that we may meet. We may meet people on their way to a healthier lifestyle. So they're into the change. They want to make these changes. They want to know what they can do, what they can create on their own, that kind of thing. Or we might meet a person who they don't know about, toxic-free products or chemical-free products. They don't know about the Thieves product line. So it's a whole new world to them. So, now because we found Thieves and the Thieves product line, we do things differently. So we'll be able to share this with them and show them how we can get products delivered to our doorstep every month. She talked a little bit about a healthy home and how it starts with reading labels. I never really thought about that, but I mean, it is a good point because you see all these different ingredients that now, since we've become more knowledgeable, they're things that you would want to avoid. One of the main ones she talked about was triclosan. It's an antimicrobial agent, and it was recently banned by the FDA for antiseptic skin products due to lack of data regarding safety and efficacy. But it still is used in toothpastes and hand soaps. I had no idea that it was recently banned by the FDA, so that's pretty interesting to me. Young Living takes great care to scrutinize and analyze and research each ingredient to ensure it is as pure as possible before putting it in their products. Their aim is to create naturally derived products that make you feel confident when you're using them around your family, because that's who essentially makes up Young Living. And that was important to Gary because Gary knew that our family and we ourselves, we really were the root of Young Living, and we were really what she called Gary's heart. So the other ingredient that she talked about, because she gave us a big list of ingredients, were the sulfates, the synthetic sulfates and cleaning agents. But these are not included in the Thieves line at all. You won't find sulfates in the Thieves line. Young Living uses natural surfactants like glycosides and soap berries, and they're all derived from plants. So instead of sulfates, they have the natural surfactants. So that's really important. So then she went into why avoid harsh chemicals. Well, there's risks that we can see from toxic ingredients. She talked about allergies, hormone and endocrine system disruption, organ system toxicity, carcinogens, respiratory effects, and skin irritation. She had stressed that our skin is highly permeable, less than 1/10 of an inch thick for an adult. For babies and younger children, their skin is even thinner. It's even more important to avoid harsh chemicals for them. Our skin has a porous membrane that is highly sensitive to toxic chemicals. What we put on our skin is just as important, if not more so, than what we put in our mouths. Gary always says, he had always said, if it's safe enough to put on my skin, then it's safe enough to put in my mouth. He wanted them to be the same. He stressed the importance of having non-toxic ingredients in his products. So when we think about it, every day we're washing our hands at home, we're wearing clothes that we wash at home. Our skin is touching chemical products every day. So if you're not using non-toxic products like Thieves, then every day chemicals are up against your skin. You're totally surrounded by them. So she spoke a little bit about chemicals in our surroundings, such as flame retardants, phthalates. These are found in plastics, furniture, food containers, food wrap, cookwares, cans, carpets, shower curtains, electronics, and most personal care products. It's all around us. So according to CNN, many scientists are worried that many of these chemicals may be carcinogenic or may wreak havoc on hormones. I know we've heard a lot of accounts of infertility being on the rise. And I'm sure we all know someone who's struggling with their hormones being out of whack, or someone trying to get pregnant. The impact of these chemicals may be most severe on the developing brain. So she talked a little bit about that. In a landmark alliance known as Project Tender, leaders of various organizations came together in a consensus statement to say that many chemicals found in everyday products can result in neurodevelopmental disorders, including autism and attention deficit disorders. And this was one of the things that she could really relate to. She didn't go into the personal story behind that, but she just touched on that a little bit, that, you know, it really is that deep, that these toxins and chemicals affect us, affect the developing brain as well. So we know that some chemicals have more effects on our bodies during certain periods. She spoke about those periods being in the womb, in infancy, and in puberty. Now, as a mom, she was talking to, I guess, the other moms in the group. She was saying how important it is, as the gatekeeper of the family, to say no to what kind of cleaners come into her house. Even though she was saying how she had a little bit of a struggle with the teenagers in her home, and how, you know, well, mom, you know, Sam's parents use this and Sam's parents use that, and all the girls are using this. So she was, you know, stressing the importance of, you know, leadership within the family, I guess, as to non-toxic products. So to decrease potential for bioaccumulation, she talked a little bit about that. It is vital to select the purest products to use around our families. So bioaccumulation is, even though you may have used products with small amounts of chemicals, over time, the accumulation of these substances, like pesticides or other chemicals, happen. And this is called bioaccumulation or body burden. Trying to see what else here. Kids and toxins. She talked a little bit about that, and how poison control for children, the top reasons to call poison control were cosmetics and personal care products and household cleaning substances. So from everything, in 2016, the poison control calls were for hand sanitizers as the top thing, right down to laundry pods. So hand sanitizers, toothpaste, deodorant, mouthwash, and laundry pods. So she stressed, when we make better choices, we make safer homes. Thieves is safe to use with kids, safe to use for pets. She spoke about how she had 4 pets, and her cats and dogs are still well alive and healthy. And she uses Thieves products in her home, so they're very safe. When she first started to go chemical free, I thought this was really interesting, because I think a lot of us can relate to this. She used vinegar and water to create her own DIY cleaner. And it's kind of interesting, because you hear a lot of people say, well, if you don't want to use chemicals, just use vinegar and water. But there was an actual article from Consumer Reports that spoke about vinegar not being the best at soil and dirt removal. It's just, in a sense, kind of wiping the dirt around, and vinegar kind of stinks. Vinegar is also an acid, so it can damage natural stone and wood surfaces as well. So she really wanted to know what products would actually work. And she didn't try Thieves Household Cleaner right away after she joined Young Living. She actually received it as a freebie 1 month. And she tried it and she loved it. She uses it for everything. So Thieves Household Cleaner is contains Thieves and lemon essential oils. It's exceptional for cleaning and purifying for any surface in your home or office. And she had said that one of her colleagues in Young Living had said this sentence, which was really interesting. She says, I use it to clean everything in my home, from my toilets to my mirrors. So, you know, even though marketers try to convince you that you need a different product for different areas in your house, like your oven, your floor, your mirrors, your toilets, you really don't. Thieves Household Cleaner covers it all. It's absolutely fabulous. It's incredibly economical. It's concentrated, so it lasts a long time. There's no streaks on your mirrors or glass. It smells awesome. Safely cleans toilets, high chairs, counters, toys, car interiors, and it's great for pet messes and kids, especially if they're throwing up. They got the flu or the cold or whatever. It's the only cleaner that you need. So she went into the dilution ratios for light degreasing, medium, and heavy degreasing. And she talked about in the personal starter kit, you have now Young Living has included a Thieves household cleaner sample when you get your kit. So that's pretty awesome that you can experiment with that. And you can also buy samples of the Thieves household cleaning cleaner for, giving away as, a little thank you gift, or sending it with a little note in the mail, that kind of thing. If someone wants to try it, if they're still using vinegar and water, you can also, give them a little sample. She talked about the do-it-yourself Thieves Scrub. You can use the household cleaner and just add some baking soda to make a paste. And if you want to use that to clean your tub, then you can let it sit for 5 minutes and then just rinse it clean. So she said it's pretty economical. 64 ounces of the concentrated Thieves cleaner makes 128 30-ounce spray bottles. So basically 69 cents each per bottle. So, and that doesn't even consider, take into consideration the 10 to 25% back that you earn on essential rewards. So that's awesome. You've got to get essential rewards. It's the way to go. I did it from my first sign up, and I've been thankful ever since. It's just wonderful. The hand purifier, she talked a little bit about that, just having it in your purse. It's Thieves hand purifier is dermatologist tested. You only need about a pea-size amount. There's no triclosan in that. Throw it in your purse, and works without water. So use it on the go. Thieves spray cleanses surfaces on the go, like grocery carts, door handles, remotes, phones, toilet seats, that kind of thing. So that's handy to have in your purse. The Thieves foaming hand soap cleanses, defends, and conditions. It contains Thieves lemon and orange essential oils. It also has aloe, ginkgo biloba, and vitamin E, so it does not dry out skin. So it's very conditioning. It's also available in a refill bottle, which is great because we all like to do refilling. So it's wonderful, very economical. The Thieves dish soap, sparkling clean dishes. It's made without chemicals, dyes, or synthetics. It has Thieves jade, lemon, bergamot essential oils. A little bit goes a long way. Citrus aroma, nice citrus aroma, and it's easy on your hands. Now, if you're new to using non-toxic, chemical-free dish soap, you will notice that it doesn't make a ton of bubbles because there's no sulfates. But I had seen a little video online here where you can actually make 3 bottles of the Thieves dish soap out of the 1 bottle because it's so concentrated. And when you go to make your 1 bottle, you use just 1/3 of the main bottle of Thieves dish soap. So you can get 3 bottles out of it, and just add 1 teaspoon of baking soda when you're making each of your 3 bottles. And that will make it a little bit more bubbly. So I did learn that, and I've tried it myself. It works great. I love it. And it's so nice just to be able to use something and not have to worry about your hands being in the sink with the dish soap. What's in my dish soap, that kind of thing. It's a really nice feeling, not having to be worried about that. She talked about the Thieves laundry soap. It's gentle and it's plant-based. Cleans your clothes. It's without chemical or synthetic residue. Because you want to use something to clean your clothes that is chemical free, because it's going to be touching your skin all day long. So I never really thought about that before. It was brought up in one of the little sessions, or one of the little Young Living videos that I watched, that basically, I never thought about the chemicals in my clothes touching my skin and it affecting that way, but it does make sense. I just found that really interesting. So the Thieves Laundry Soap has a light citrus scent. She was good to point out that, you know, a lot of the laundry detergents that we use these days are really strong smelling. So it will have a light citrus scent, but not like what one would be used to using, I guess you'd say. It's okay to use for HE washers. One 32-ounce bottle gives you 64 loads of laundry. So that's great to know. It contains digize, oh, sorry, that's the next one. Fruit and veggie soak and spray. So that we use that to clean your produce at home or on the go. So the fruit and veggie soak, you'd use that at home. And it contains digize and purification and Thieves essential oils. I didn't know that. I learned a lot from this information session. So they said use a large bowl to soak your produce for a couple minutes and just strain them and rinse them off and enjoy. The fruit and veggie spray, it's a 2-ounce bottle and you just spray it on your apple, rinse it off and enjoy. And it contains lime and Thieves essential oils. She talked about the Thieves Toothpaste. There's 3 different kinds: Aroma Bright, Dentrome Plus, and Dentrome Ultra. They don't contain any fluoride, synthetic dyes, or preservatives. She did mention and encourage people to research fluoride. Fluoride, which I hadn't known this before Young Living, is actually a neurotoxin. So, you know, you're putting the toothpaste in your mouth, it's going into your bloodstream, it's going to your brain. So that's doesn't contain any fluoride, which is interesting because every time you go to the dentist, they say, "Oh, here's your fluoride treatment." So very, very eye-opening. Thieves Toothpaste contains natural abrasives, helps remove stains, and makes your teeth sparkly. The next product she went over was Thieves Dental Floss. It has strong fibers that are saturated twice in Thieves essential oil and peppermint oil. The Thieves mouthwash, she says her husband absolutely loves it. It gives you incredibly clean teeth and gums. It's long lasting and fresh. It's very strong, she said. You can dilute in the cap with water. It's cool and invigorating taste. It includes peppermint and spearmint essential oils. And of course, you get fresh breath. The Thieves hard lozenges soothes mouth and throat. No artificial flavors. And the Thieves hard lozenges has a lemon mint flavor. The Thieves cough drops. It's an OTC product, and the reason why it can be called an OTC product is because of the menthol. That is one of the ingredients in the cough drops. So it includes Thieves and menthol essential oils, and is to relieve coughs, soothe sore throats, and cool nasal passages. There's no sugar or dyes, no artificial flavors in those. Thieves mints are sugar-free, and you can just take them on the go. You can also reuse the tin. They're very good. They're very handy. And the Thieves wipes. They cleanse. You can use them to cleanse the surface, or use them on your skin, any area that needs cleaning. But they said do not use the Thieves wipes on infants or sensitive areas of the body. That's what our seedlings wipes are for, which are fabulous. And she went over a little bit of the Thieves Bar Soap. The Thieves Essential Oil Blend is used for the Thieves Bar Soap. She said it's great for teenagers. If you have teenage boys, she said you need a Thieves Bar Soap. That was kind of funny. So use it to cleanse and purify while keeping the skin soft. Then she highlighted just a couple more things about the Thieves Home Cleaning Kit, which is $75 US wholesale, which includes 5 essential oils, the Thieves household cleaner, There's a cleaning case, a stainless steel bucket, a Thieves booklet, and a spray bottle. There's also the Thieves Essential Rewards Kit, which is fabulous. I can't wait to order mine. I've just been ordering little Thieves products here and there, but I actually do want to just get the kit, just so I have everything. It's $118 US dollars wholesale, plus doesn't include the ER points that you get back as well from purchasing the kit. And then there's the Thieves Personal Starter Kit. Everyone needs to clean their house. Everybody knows someone who needs to clean their house. So why not clean it with Thieves products? This kit includes Thieves Essential Oil, Stress Away Essential Oil, and a number of other great Thieves products to clean your house. So she said, focus on one or two products of the Thieves line that you like to share with loved ones. And, really be a product of the product. That's really what she stressed. And, she said she said she was 40 years old now, and she said she feels better than when she was in her 20s. So it was quite something, how much of a difference the Young Living products do make in your life and in your lifestyle. So she ended her session on this note. Gary Young said, "I have never made a product for a profit, only for a purpose." And boy, that was a great session. It was just really informative, and I had no idea what was in, per se, what oil was in which of the Thieves products. Sometimes, like they were saying, peppermint and spearmint, and some of them were Thieves and menthol, Thieves and peppermint oil. So it was really, really interesting to have a little overview of all the different products. But I guess that is the gist of what I gained from her session. It was very informative, and it's great. Now I can take that home and share it with others.
Well, that's kind of what you did. Oh, there I am. That's kind of what you did for us tonight, Melissa. So all in all, I mean, I think I went back and I actually did watch that one. And I do actually have a digital copy of it. But this is why it's so important to keep people educated, because whatever the reason that they get started with Young Living, whether it's oils, whether it's the business prospect, whether it's Ningxia Red, I mean, the more that we continue to educate people, like we talk a lot about this being a lifestyle. And so, what good is it if you're only doing bits and pieces, which are granted is better than nothing, when you couldn't be doing more. And like you mentioned earlier, I mean, it's a great way to get people on essential rewards, because they need to constantly, who doesn't, wash their hands, who doesn't clean their house, who doesn't brush their teeth? There's always something that they should be utilizing. And if it's a Thieves product, even the more so they should be using it. So really, really excellent teaching. I want to thank you for getting on and sharing that, because we really do need to be stressing to people and educating people so they can make those changes. At this point, let's go ahead and open up the call to those who maybe had questions, or maybe you wanted to expound on something that Melissa mentioned. The floor is yours, ladies.
I mean, I guess I can add, I did appreciate, I think this is one that I watched, and it's one that I would be like, oh, there's no need for me to go to that class if I'm actually at convention, but I watched it, and I did appreciate the point about vinegar and oil not having those antibacterial and antifungal properties to actually be cleaning and disinfecting your house. I thought that was a really good point to know. So I'm going to actually look up that article so that I have the details and try to read that article, because I hadn't done that yet. And then I do love those samples. I've been ordering those samples, and I'm trying to reach out to some of the people that have gone inactive, and then try to get with some of the zeros and do some more care packages and stuff, not necessarily anything big, but that's one little thing that you can send in a care package to people so that you can, you know, remind them of some of the other products that we have, because they're either not really using their oils or seeing everything that they need to on a regular basis, or else they would be on Essential Rewards. So just to let them know that these are some of the other things that we have out there and make sure that we're getting them educated. So those are a couple of the things that I got out of this class.
I had a tip too. Melissa shared a lot of really great tips with the group. One of the tips that I heard a long time ago first starting out was to put a bottle of Thieves hand soap in the nearest bathroom to your door, and every time you come in from being out, especially in the fall and back to school season, wash your hands and make sure your kids get in that habit of washing your hands. And I really feel like it made a big difference in our health and staying well and above the wellness line throughout the season.
That's a good suggestion. I mean, I think of from the very aspect, I remember teaching a home detox class, and one of the people that attended, her question was, but if it's not soapy, how do you know it's clean? So, and I can admit that I was like one of those people that felt that way for the longest time about switching over. But I think there was actually someone had posted in Happy Oilers like a nice little trick with the Thieves soap on how you could get it to suds with baking soda. But sometimes my point in mentioning that is just sometimes you just have to make people aware of those kinds of things. So like Leah, even your suggestion about putting it in the bathroom by the door and coming in and wash your hands. Well, most likely if you have people over, that's going to be your guest bathroom. They're going to use the soap and they're probably going to ask you about the Thieves soap. But how can they ask you about it if you're not using it, right? So, I mean, that's a great suggestion.
I just wanted to kind of add a little bit to that too, because some of those different toxins that we want to remove out of our homes that are in a lot of, like Melissa was mentioning, sanitizers, hand soaps, and things like that. A lot of those things are connected to other things that are going to keep you ill, right? So like for me, I know my allergies were really, really bad. And so one thing, like even before Young Living, when Anthony would come in the house and he would be cleaning with certain products, I would get immediately sick. And sometimes people don't connect all of those things that are intertwined. So that's great that they start with oils and they're doing awesome. But if they still have a toxic home, and we're not introducing them to Thieves and we're not introducing them to detoxing their home, they're not going to see all the wellness benefits. And so then they go back to, well, see, the oils didn't work. Well, it's like, well, you can use all the great oils, but if you haven't took the garbage out, then, you know, you're still going to have those same issues. You're still going to have respiratory issues. You're still going to have sinus congestion. You're still going to have all of those things because you haven't removed the toxins in your home and then replaced it with things like these.
Excellent point. Excellent point. Okay. Anything else that anyone would like to share, or any questions that they have?
I just have one thing.
Go ahead, Melissa.
I know there's different ways that you can find out little tips and tricks and DIYs with Young Living products, but I did order a life science publishing book. It's 150 ways to use Thieves, and I must say there's an awful lot of really great ideas in there. And it was a fairly economical book, $4 or $5, something like that, but just little things that I didn't think of. So I have a list now of different things that I'm going to try and use around the house and really explore what I can do with my Thieves oil.
I know for me, one of the things that really impressed me about Thieves when I actually started to use it was I've actually washed my car with it before, with the Thieves soap, and actually have washed the seats. I have leather seats in my car. I've actually washed the leather seats with the Thieves. And not only was it very, very effective for cleaning out the car, but it didn't ruin the leather. And sometimes I know that's a concern for a lot of people. So like when people ask me, like, how do you get men involved? Like, just let them try it, clean his car, maybe. But yeah, I mean, Thieves is wonderful. It has so much utility. Like I've never seen something that you could use that many different ways. Alrighty. Anything else that anyone has? If not, we'll move on to event promotions and start to close out the call. Alrighty. Well, let's talk events. Does anyone have any events that they would like to promote that are coming up? It's the beginning of September, so I know that some people are probably scrounging to put together events, but if there's anything in place as of now, let's talk about it.
So next Sunday we have our spa party from 3 to 7 in the Metro Detroit area. So we have our monthly spa event. So invite all the ladies that are in the area, or men, I shouldn't say just ladies, because men can come and join us as well. So we'll be doing that next Sunday, as well as we have our team event. What's that, September?
Tashina, what's the date on that, on the team event?
18th.
Yeah, September 18th.
So you guys are more than welcome to that and promote for that. And then just keep in mind, October 6th, coming up, the Young Living Live Your Passion Rally. So keep that in your calendars as well. Promote for that. We're looking forward to that event as well. Any online events that anyone would like to promote?
I have a Spanish one coming up towards the end of the month, September 25th. So it's going through the Seedlings line.
Okay. You said the 25th?
Of September. Tuesday, 25th.
Okay.
September.
So feel free. And the nice thing, and we actually, this has been a long day for us. We actually just came from the Michigan State Fair, but we did run into a Young Living vendor there. And, you know, one of the things I asked her, she was from like Lapeer area and a little bit further north. But when we talk about events that we promote, like whether it's within our team or even crossline, like feel free to plug your people into it. I mean, it's one of the advantages of working as a team, whether it's our direct team or crossline, is sometimes you can't get to everybody all at once, or maybe you don't stay in the same area. So, you know, plug into those events as well. And if you would even like to promote them on here, feel free, because the more that we can take advantage of that, the easier it's going to be and the more successful you're going to be. You're just going to be ultimately able to reach more people in a shorter amount of time. So continue to think of those. We'll put those in the group chat as more events become available. Anything else that anyone would like to add before we close out the call this evening?
I just wanted to say, Melissa, you did a really good job.
Oh, yes, she did. Very, Melissa, you're green, right? No, you're not green? You're yellow. Okay.
I'm yellow with green.
Oh, okay. I knew there was some green in there. Like your notes were very, very detailed. And I was like,
oh, so detailed. It's unreal.
No. Well, good job.
Thanks.
We appreciate you being on the call and sharing that with us this evening. But at that point, we're going to go ahead and close out the call. Then everybody have a good night. We'll look forward to seeing everyone on next week's call. But until then, everyone stay active, stay busy, stay healthy, and we'll see you guys then.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night. Jen's got a class next week.